Hey everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints of Discord. I am currently figuring
Well,
out
hold on.
some
What
technical
the hell?
issues.
Hold on a sec. My stuff is being stupid.
Hmm.
Oh no, wait. I was looking at the wrong bar. Never mind. I'm being stupid.
Damn it, Rimshee. See, this is why we have no confidence in you when you say, it's like, oh, I think I'm just going to make the switch to Linux. It's like, yeah, he's not going to fuck that up in any way possible.
Yeah. Shame on you, Rimshee.
Oh, the switch
But yeah,
will
sir,
happen.
see that little mini bike thing that I sent you? I've been riding those around on the dirt ribs.
I don't get to see the mini bike? You bitch.
Fine, I'll send it to you too.
And just to get this out of the way from the very start, because I know somebody somewhere might mention it, may the fourth go fuck yourself. I don't give a shit about Star Wars anymore.
I care about old Star Wars. I
Yeah.
don't care so much about new Star Wars.
Yeah.
I got a new chair and I'm learning it.
And judging by the fact that nobody's watching Andor, the vast majority of the public doesn't give a shit either. Good job,
Yeah.
Disney. You ruined it.
Alright, Rimshee, I sent you the little mini bike.
Oh, those are fun. Those are dangerous as fuck, but those are fun.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been a blast.
Yeah, it's just like, I wonder who had that bright idea originally, where it's just like, motorcycles are potentially incredibly dangerous. Let's see if we can amplify that problem.
I don't think they're that dangerous. I've been having a pretty easy time with it. It doesn't go fast enough to, like, do a wheelie or anything. I'm sure I could get it to do
No,
one.
I'm just saying, like, mini bikes are notorious in, like, ER circles.
Yeah. I don't see your point. I haven't wrecked yet, which means I'm never going to. Duh.
There are two types of motorcyclists. The type that have been in a crash, and the type that will be in a crash.
I've wrecked a dirt bike before, but...
Yeah, like, when a certain someone I used to know was visiting here, like, she was actively horrified while we were driving around by the number of people in my city that just wear no protection whatsoever while riding motorcycles.
Oh, yeah.
They're morons, but it's their choice. As long as they're complying with the law, it's their choice.
I'm not okay. I'm actually not okay with what I'm seeing here. They're like, yeah, that's just normal, unfortunately. It's like, oh, God.
Yeah.
Yes, deaths do go down when you wear a helmet. They go drastically down. If you're trying to make the claim that, oh, helmets restrict my vision, you obviously have never worn a motorcycle helmet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Turns out that having something there to lessen the chance of traumatic brain injury reduces fatality chance. Who would have thought?
Like, not to laugh at the guy, but the irony is kind of funny. And I respect him for actually fighting for this, but a staunch advocate for, no motorcycle helmets, no motorcycle helmet laws. Like, hey, you can wear one if you want, but it should not be required by law. He fought for this and he got legislation passed or something like that. I forget what exactly it is. He prevented legislation from getting passed. Something like that. He ended up passing away due to a accident on a motorcycle. Where he was not wearing a helmet. Now, it had nothing to do with traumatic brain injury. But he passed away on a motorcycle without wearing a helmet anyway.
Whatever. It's his choice.
Yeah,
He fought for the choice. He died for the choice.
sometimes not wearing a motorcycle helmet can do things like giving us modern day Gary Busey.
Yeah. I don't wear a helmet on those things. I probably should, but I just don't.
Those you should extra wear helmets on. You should wear a helmet on your helmet.
I already have a dick helmet. Yeah. I wear that.
We're not talking a cup. This isn't baseball.
That's what you think. Yeah, those things are fun to like cruise around on. Oh, and job search is going bad for me still.
That's what it is, man.
I found a manufacturing job not far from me at all, and I'm like, cool. I am totally qualified for this. Nothing back yet.
You're too qualified.
I don't think so. I think I'm just perfectly qualified for it.
You speak English. That makes you too qualified.
That's why I'm real tired.
It's a small
of, like,
shop. It's a small shop of like 10 people.
Maybe it's more applicable because, like, I have seen like Zoomers with the sentiment, but like this whole attitude is like, oh, young people just don't want to work.
Oh yeah.
Bullshit.
To some degree, there are plenty that don't want to work. But that's true of any generation. That has nothing to do with generation.
I'm just
nothing
saying
to do with being a Zoomer. Nothing.
I'm just saying more of the problem is with the job industry itself than the people who are actually putting in applications.
Yeah, I'm putting in like 10 applications a day, and I'm getting nothing back.
Yep. This is why I've kind of not been trying recently. Because after 4 years, I kind of question what the point is most days.
Yeah.
God, I want to work. I want to work so bad.
Me too. I just want to be able to buy some beer.
I'm heading into the hall to see if I can get a job.
I just want something
tomorrow.
to do. God, get me out of the house.
Yeah.
With Oblivion remake having a remaster having come out, I've been doing a lot of that, so my time's been taken up. But I've been getting footage for this, so there's that.
Yeah. At least it's productive.
Yeah. It's not profitable, but it's productive.
Yeah.
Oh, squeeze me. Speaking of things that are, in my opinion, not productive or necessarily overly profitable, I want to talk about one of the biggest fails that I have seen from a major recognized like candy brand in probably forever.
Ooh, this will be fun.
So, recently in my area, we've gotten the brand new Reese's PB&J Big Cups.
I didn't even know those existed.
I saw an advertisement for them before a YouTube video, and like within a week I was seeing them in stores around here.
Nice.
But that makes sense because I'm in a major test market.
Yeah.
So, I have had both varieties now, the grape and the strawberry.
Hold on real quick. I'm
And-
going to tell my dad about this. Hey, Dad. Never mind, he ran away.
That's it. I have tried both the grape and the strawberry variety now, and they are bad. So this is something that people have kind of like talked about for years. It's like, man, I wonder if they'll ever like do like a peanut butter and jelly thing with Reese's. That would be so cool.
If done right, it would be.
And when they
Wait, so-
finally do it, it's not jelly. It's like a gooey candy.
Oh, gross.
So yeah, like the grape one is especially bad because it's got very much like a, oh, there's like that artificial grape candy flavor in my peanut butter cup. This is horrid.
Okay.
And the strawberry is not much better.
How would you describe it? Like, compare it to a different kind of candy.
Like if you've ever had like in the case of the grape one, if you've ever had like a piece of like a grape flavored Laffy Taffy, it's kind of similar to that. Not quite, but kind of similar.
Even texture-wise or just flavor-wise?
Mainly just flavor-wise.
Okay.
What's the texture? More like a Gushers, the exterior shell?
I said like it's not like you're expecting like, oh, it's gonna be like a jelly consistency, but it's
Like an Uncrustables, but Reese's.
it's almost like if you've ever had like a piece of candy that like melted.
Is it like the inside of those little old people strawberry candies?
It's got a slightly thinner consistency than that.
Okay.
It's like if the inside of one of those melted and it had that consistency, but it's not warm.
Oof, gross.
I said like this should have been like a slam dunk sort of thing, and they completely fucked it.
Yeah. If I see them, I'm still gonna try them. But
Yeah, because
I
what you like, I
cannot
may not like.
I cannot recommend them. And like the other thing is like they're like only in like the very bottom of the cup.
Ooh.
And there's like at least twice as much peanut butter to whatever this candy filling is. So you can barely taste it most of the time, and when you can taste it, it's artificial tasting and completely clashes with the peanut butter and chocolate combo.
yeah, this sucks.
It's an absolute fail. It's like, damn,
How do you
guys.
fumble the ball like that? That should be a home run.
It's like, and this is Reese's.
Yeah.
Like every other big cup that they've done, except for the chocolate lava one, that one was kind of, But like the potato chip one was really good. The pretzel one is awesome. I really like the caramel one. These ones
Yeah.
suck. They're bad. And I don't
Alright.
recommend anyone buying them.
Which is
Okay,
really rare
good
for
to
you,
know.
because
I'll
you
note.
recommend everyone buy everything.
Yeah.
Excuse me?
Sarcasm.
The fuck did you just say to me?
You know what I just said
Ooh.
to you.
Yeah. Another thing about being back here is there's a regional fast food chain called Zips.
Hmm.
And so glad to be having that again. Yeah. Something about it.
And for anybody, that was not a derailment. I specifically brought it up because I wanted to talk about it. So fuck
Yeah.
you.
Who's saying it was a derailment?
No, I'm just heading it off to the past.
Okay.
Well, it's not like
Because I know
anyone's
certain
watching
people.
anyway.
I know certain people in our audience, if they were watching, Larry.
Would call that a derailment. No. Food conversation is different than food derailment. Intentionally bringing it up versus, oh yeah, this other conversation. But this little aspect of it has to do with food. Food joke. Food joke turns into food conversation. That's a derailment.
If Jables had gone on a spiel just now about zips, that would have counted. But he didn't, so we're good.
Yeah.
I can though.
Yeah, but at this point it would just be bringing it up, not a derailment.
They have an awesome fry sauce. It's dope.
Noted.
I got extra fry sauce up and to put
if
corn
I
dogs
ever
in it.
find my way up that way, or if I ever find myself up that way, I may have to give them a try.
Yeah, go for it. They use like real Tillamook cheese on their burgers. It's fucking awesome.
Oh fuck yeah!
Ooh.
Fuck yeah!
Ooh.
Yeah. And they're not crazy expensive. They're roughly the same price as other fast food places. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I just pulled up their website. I already like the stuff I'm seeing.
Yeah. Oh, when I was in high school, I used to hang out with my buddy Mario. We'd get really high and watch Harold and Kumar go to White Castle. And then we'd go to Zips where they had a deal where you could get 5 burgers and 2 tubs of fries for $10. And like a tub of fries is like, I don't know, like that.
Hey guys, check
Height
shit
of my microphone. About the height of my microphone, about that big around.
Nice.
That big around at the top, and then it tapers a little bit, and it's like that tall. That's just fries. Yeah, 5 burgers and 2 tubs of fries for $10, and then yeah, gorge out.
These names, dude.
What?
Like in the burger section, you're like
Rimshee, pull up the website.
we got the Buster, we got the Big Buster.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I'm in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas.
I'll have a
The
number
Wrangler,
9,
Big
a number
Zipper
9 with cheese.
with extra dip.
All right, what is this? Zips?
Yeah, here, I'll send you a link.
Menu. Classic combo. I just want the menu.
Just go to the classics.
Big Buster, the Boss, the Grand, Big Zipper, the Wrangler. What the fuck? Double Papa Joe.
Deluxe.
Yeah. Yep.
The Little Zipper meal.
I've seen it in a few other places, but like putting ham on cheeseburgers, that's got to be like a West Coast thing.
Maybe.
Ham or bacon?
No, like the Buster and the Big Buster both have ham on them. So does the Boss.
What? Yeah, okay. I don't know what the fuck you're putting ham on a burger for. Bacon, I get. What the fuck are you putting just ham on a burger for?
It's literally like one of those things where like somebody looked at the name of hamburger and it's just like, well, yeah, but where's the ham?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it's some moron being smartass. Do they have special? No, they don't. they have hurricanes. And that's about the most interesting name on there.
Fuck it, we're
What are the
derailing.
sandwich names? Oh.
Yeah.
Also very normal.
Like, it would also depend on the ham, though. Like, is it like thin sliced ham, or are we talking like a piece like a ham steak on top of your hamburger?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good question. I have no idea.
I think they do. Oh, I forget. I know it's not like it's thinner than like a ham steak, but it's not deli slice. Last I remember.
It was like sandwich sliced?
Maybe, yeah. Like, it's a good chunk.
Oh, they have deep fried mushrooms as a side. Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Oh man, I would
rules.
get those with onion rings. It's like mix them with onion rings. Oh, that would be so nice.
Yeah.
Packs.
What's fucked up is that they're everywhere over here. They're all over the fucking place. And then I moved to Seattle, and they're nowhere. Once you cross the mountains, they don't exist anymore.
Yeah, like that happens with a lot of places where it's just like there's like a straight cutoff line where you don't see them anymore.
Yeah.
Like with the case of the two tiny burger establishments that are famous in the U.S., White Castle and Crystal.
Mm-hmm.
It is the Mason-Dixon line, literally.
Well, we don't have those West Coast either. I've never seen a White Castle.
Well, yeah, because it's very much a East Coast Midwest.
Yeah.
And so, like,
some in California.
the only state where like you can find both a White Castle and a Crystal location near each other is Tennessee, because that's where their ranges stop overlapping. Like once you pass Tennessee, it's all Crystal. Above Tennessee, it's all White Castle.
I want a burger really bad now.
That's your own fault.
I know.
I was just thinking that too. It's just like, burger sounds good, looks at wallet, sees it's empty. Oh.
Yeah.
I still have steak that I cooked not that long ago.
Nice. I had a steak the other night.
Fucking get it? I don't hear the fucker. So I hope I got that. Yes! I did get it! It's still alive.
Is it a fly or a bee?
Or a fly.
A fucking dog ate one the other day.
I just caught it. I am holding it in my fucking hand. I'm gonna go release it outside.
Awesome. Throw it in the river.
Like builds like a little funeral pyre out of matchsticks, sends it off Viking style.
I don't know how it didn't die, but it's outside of my house, and that's all I care about.
Cool.
Yeah, Update the food cat, Rimshee. We derailed.
No, we turned that into an actual discussion.
Yep. It's not like we were talking about something else and then we went into that. We transitioned over to it.
Yeah.
I guess nobody's here to argue about it, really.
Yeah. If somebody wants to debate it, go for it.
But seeing as how burgers did get brought up, and it was part of the conversation. You guys got any particular favorites? Like particular favorites from chains?
From what?
Like burgers, like particularly favorite burgers from certain chains.
Yeah, that entire menu for Zips. They're all good. Other than that, I like the Baconator from Wendy's.
I've never actually had one. I've had the junior one, which was okay.
Yeah, pretty much the same thing but bigger. That's it.
I like the flamethrower from Dairy Queen.
Cool. Yeah, not a lot of Dairy Queens around.
Because it's got like got the pepper jack cheese and the jalapeno bacon and the flamethrower sauce.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I like it. One of my personal
What about
favorites
you,
used to be
Rimshee?
the grilled portobello mushroom and Swiss at Steak and Shake before they discontinued it.
Yeah, I used to like Carl's Jr. a lot, but something happened like 10 years ago. They went down in quality.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember when they did the merger with Hardee's.
Oh, they've always been the same, just different names.
No, actually.
Pretty much, yeah.
No, Hardee's was a thing over here for a long time.
Yeah. But the merger was long time ago.
And, like, I can tell you exactly why Carl's Jr. acquired Hardee's.
Why?
It was for their breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
They
Carl's
wanted
Jr.
their
and Hardee's
biscuits.
Carl's Jr. and Hardee's merged in 97.
Yep, and Hardee's was originally established in North Carolina in 1960.
Yeah. So that's why I thought they've always been the same, because I was 4 when it happened.
Yeah, as far as you're concerned.
But yeah, Hardee's basically got a lot of Carl's Jr.'s hamburger lineup, and Carl's Jr. acquired Hardee's biscuits and other breakfast specialties.
I will say Carl's Jr. has a really kick-ass honey mustard, and their crisp cut fries are really good.
I like the jalapeno honey mustard that Taco Bell's got right now with their crispy chicken nuggets.
I didn't know they were doing that.
Yeah, they brought them out originally last year, and they're back now. Basically, it's chunks of white meat chicken that have a tortilla chip breading.
Nice.
So they're really crunchy.
What about you, Rimshee? Favorite fast food burger?
Honestly, I'm a Californian, so yeah, In-N-Out. I really like In-N-Out.
Boo.
It was like, boo, you suck.
Yeah.
I like In-N-Out. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I think that my state might be one of the first places in the Midwest to actually get one if they ever expand here.
Yeah, for sure.
So the reason that they're expanding slowly is because the company has a philosophy of they don't want the supply chains to be further out than I think 24 hours or 48 hours, something like that. I think it's 24 hours. So in order to open up new stores, they have to get a central distribution hub so that from there they can ship out to their different locations.
It's like it's been a few years now, but like I remember when I saw like the first like flyers or like advertisements in the area. It's like, oh yeah, we have a Jack in the Box now, and I'm like, we have a what?
Yeah. Jack in the Crack? Fuck yeah.
Jack in the
And
Box
I'm
is
guessing,
also pretty good, but it's been a while for me.
They're in the process, but I
Jack-
guess we're getting our first Del Tacos here pretty soon as well.
Nice. Del Taco's okay. Jack in the Box is it's kind of crap.
Oh, I'm not saying it's
But-
good food, but it's good.
If you can't decide on what you want, you can get like a teriyaki bowl, some tacos, and a burger.
Yeah. Jack in the Box isn't necessarily the best food, but it's good enough. And if you're high, the munchie boxes.
Definitely, yeah. Oh, and they have they have those mini tacos now. And they have
Those
nacho
mini tacos they've had for a while, but oh my, those are great. Those are fantastic.
Yeah, I remember my first time seeing a Jack in the Box taco. Like I had heard about them, funnily enough, from Spoonie of all people. But like, I saw my first picture of like a Jack in the Box taco with the fucking sliced cheese, and I'm like, that's an abomination.
It is, but it hits the spot, and it's like $1 for 2 of them.
I will say the 2 varieties of buttery Jack that I had were actually pretty good, though.
The mini tacos are like that big, and they just come in like a Chinese takeout thing, and you can get nacho ones where they just pour nacho cheese all over them. That's fucking awesome.
Oh, another thing that I've actually had from Jack in the Box that I thought was actually really good, surprisingly so, their egg rolls are actually legit.
Yeah, they're fine.
It's like, wow, that's actually a good egg roll.
Yeah. Pretty decent. But that's the thing.
My family just got
When you
home.
and your
I'm gonna
hi-
go
when
say
you and
hi,
your
and I'll
high
be right back.
When
Alright.
you and your high friends can't decide on what you want, go to Jack in the Box. Everybody can get
Yeah,
something.
They
It's
got
not going to
everything.
be great. But it's got to be there.
You know what else is decent? This Baja Cabo Citrus Mountain Dew.
Ooh.
It's like their new one. It says it's the perfect pairing with Doritos. I have not tested this theory.
Well, which Dorito?
That's the question. Because it's like, my personal favorite, I'm a purple bag elitist. Spicy sweet
Alright.
chili is the shit.
I've never had the purple bag.
You're missing out.
Watch
It's just
it be a
never come up.
fantastically living plant.
Like, you cannot leave me alone with a purple bag of Doritos because I will literally sit and eat the whole thing.
Honestly, as long as you have me,
The only one that even compares for me, like it's close, is one that you almost never see, and that's the silver bag, which is the Jumpin' Jack cheese. Oh, those are good.
Now I'm getting hungry.
But to describe what this new Mountain Dew tastes like, though, basically imagine if Baja Blast and Livewire had a baby.
Okay.
Kinky.
Sounds pretty good.
It's a good baby.
You know, I just looked at the Zips drive-in website again, and my brain did not fully grasp what it was saying and read Zips dry vein.
Oh, gross.
Ew.
Ew.
Yeah, I've got a nasty fucking hematoma right now. Because lady at the plasma center kept fucking around with the needle and pulled it out of my vein before she tried to send my blood back into me.
Blech.
So it got pumped under my skin instead.
Fun.
Oh yeah, it looked like I had a fucking ping pong ball under there. I was not pleased.
Yeah, I bet.
Now I've got this huge fucking blue and purple welt near the crook of my arm. So yeah, I've been dealing with that since Wednesday.
That just doesn't sound like fun in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah, especially that first night, because I sleep on my side. Specifically, I sleep on my left side, and it's on my right arm. The
I sleep
inside
on
of my right
whatever
arm, so
side's
it's
more
like,
comfortable.
for me, sleeping on my left is absolutely the most comfortable for me. It's just
I
like,
flip
God,
between the two.
how do I get into a position where I can actually sleep?
You know, complete side thing. I like how Jables' camera is mildly transparent with him not there. Like, the door is obviously very visible. The pegboard, obviously very visible. But you can pretty much see through most of it.
But like the main reason I'm so upset about them fucking injuring me like that is that Wednesday was like the last nice day of the week. So it was like the last opportunity this week I had to cut my grass, and I couldn't fucking do it. So I'm going to be fighting a jungle by the time it's dry enough to cut again. Because if they do that to you, like they cause a hematoma like that, as bad as they do with me, it's like you're not allowed to do any heavy lifting for the rest of the day.
Oh.
So it's just like, well, fuck. This is just perfect timing. Yeah. Probably should move away from food things.
It's only been half the show. And
Please
not
be.
a derailment.
Yeah. We can talk about what Microsoft is up to.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've kind of stopped paying attention. Like I said, I'm moving to Linux over the next couple of months.
Yeah.
I'm not getting rid of Windows until I'm actually used to Linux and can get it properly sorted out. I've got a persistent live boot right here, so I'll be practicing. But
I personally, because I was watching Razor Fist like live streaming a game, and this topic came up, and I think that he's kind of pretty close to the mark with what he said about it. Is that they were planning this for a while.
Yeah,
so
because
what
prices-
exactly is this? that they're doing?
Prices haven't changed for a while, so basically Microsoft is doing their post-inflation price increases and kind of using the tariffs as like a cover for it.
Well, they're hardly even doing that. They're also
Basically, like, they were going to do this anyway.
yeah, and they're
Yeah.
also using.
They've been planning it for a while.
And they're also able to use Nintendo as a scapegoat because Nintendo opened the door for everybody raising prices.
Yep, that's the other one. It's like, oh, they're just doing it because, like, no, they had always planned to do this.
They were
Yeah,
just
kind of
waiting for
figuring out the
someone
right
else
time.
to do it first.
Yep.
Like,
And Nintendo has always sort of like set the baseline for a lot of pricing for stuff, even if their stuff is cheaper. Usually, it's sort of like everybody just follows suit what Nintendo does.
like, I'm not gonna get on people's cases for enabling Nintendo to do this shit. But if we stop enabling Nintendo, they will have to fucking get with the times.
Yeah.
But yeah,
What are you talking about?
With-
They have chat now, and they acted like they invented it during that entire
Yeah,
presentation.
I know, that was so dumb.
You can chat
What
with your
the
friends.
fuck,
Isn't that
bro?
cool? Isn't that awesome? It's like, yeah, I guess. You're like,
It's like-
20 years too late.
it's like, you guys know that the internet exists, right? What am I talking about? This is Nintendo.
Well,
they
they
don't
had
know
that-
anything about the internet.
They had that shitty community app that you'd get for your phone, and you talk to your friends through that, which I couldn't figure out how to get it to work in the first place. And yeah.
Yeah,
use
everyone just
Discord.
used Discord.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's there.
And then
Or
made
they
Word
were in the
Chat a
same
Discord
room. It was
clone.
one of the
Most of
two
the time.
things.
Yeah.
Like, even with games that have built-in chat, quite often people will still just use, like, Discord or some other service.
Yeah.
TeamSpeak. God, that's old.
Yeah. So Microsoft is jumping on. They're also raising the price of their systems, even the ones that
Yeah.
are currently out, which is weird. I think that's a bold choice. Raising the price of the games, that's like, it is what it is.
Yeah, but
Well, raising the price
Consider-
of the system, if they're
Considering-
using the excuse that it's because of tariffs, if they only
Yeah.
raise the price of the games and they don't raise the price of the consoles, it makes it even more sus. Like, raising the
Rimshee?
price on games because of tariffs is sus enough. Go ahead.
do you know what the top end Xbox Series X console's price point is going to be set at now?
I don't really fucking care. I'm not getting one.
$740.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me.
$730.
Still,
Yeah.
you can get prefab gaming PCs for that money.
Yep.
So we'll see how that works out.
Yeah.
Also, like the prices that they have on like the consoles without disc trays, like the ones that are digital
Yeah.
only, are fucking ridiculous.
Yep. Like the Xbox Series X digital is $550.
No one's gonna buy a high-end gaming PC just to scream racial slurs into chat. That is where you're wrong.
That's almost exclusively where they're at.
Yeah, that's it's parents who don't pay attention to their kids, buying their kids high-end gaming PCs so their kids can get banned from Call of Duty for racial slurs several times a week.
Yeah.
Yeah, We joke about that, but we probably should bring back 90s COD chat.
Or just
People
Modern
were
Warfare
less
4.
butthurt back then.
90s.
Not 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
Sorry,
like COD
my
4
mistake.
came out in 2008?
Yeah.
And even though, like,
Yeah.
Halo 3 lobbies in 2007 were just as bad.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, but...
I know. I was there.
You speak of the old ways.
I was there, Gandalf.
Hmm.
But yeah, like Xbox especially is such a nanny state about it now.
Microsoft in
Yeah.
general. They're getting to be
Like,
as bad as...
Somebody like
as
sent me a
Apple.
shitty comment. Somebody sent me a shitty comment after a game of World of Tanks, and I called them a Fabergé egg, and I got chat banned for a week because they reported me like a bitch.
Of course.
That's the other thing. Is like you're rewarding shitty people and cowardice when you have these sort of policies.
Yeah.
Should look at the chat as a whole and the context in which it was stated. Yeah, you might be needing a temporary ban of some sort to punish you for what you said, but unless you're taking the whole thing into account, you're letting some shitty asshole get away with being a shitty asshole.
And they're like, he came at me. I just retaliated, and because he's a bitch, he reported.
Yeah, exactly
Yeah,
my point. They should be looking at the whole thing. Maybe,
Yeah.
and I'm not saying you didn't
Because
deserve
he's
it. I'm
trying
just
to
saying
he's trying to
maybe.
bait people into bans, is what he's doing.
Yeah.
Yeah, YGK is saying it's been a generation. There have to be newer and more creative things for 9-year-olds to scream into chat by now. You'd be surprised how little humans change, dude. They don't change much at all.
Yeah, the more
Have
things
you s-
change, the more some things stay the same.
Yeah.
You know, like we all know the infamous story that like AI chatbot that Google put out that the internet quickly turned into a Nazi.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Also,
that doesn't
like-
change. That's that is exactly where it was. We keep doing that. They're finding better ways to prevent it. We're finding better ways to create it.
Yeah. Do you know how much my niece and nephew laugh when I tell them a joke that's something that shouldn't be said? It's always going to be like that.
I mean, you look far enough back in history, we're still making dick art.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how far back in history you go. One of the earliest, I think one of the earliest things was dick art.
Well, dick art. The earliest recorded joke that we can find is a dick joke.
Yeah.
Yeah,
A lot of like ancient graffiti that we find is like so and so was here type shit, or like a picture of a dick.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
like
the
again, like
earliest
some
known
things never go
depiction-
out of style.
The
Like, you look at
earliest
really
known depiction
old-
of male genitalia in art is believed to be a phallic pendant found in Mongolia, dating back 42,000 years. People
Yeah.
don't change.
Yeah, just like, you know, like we have multiple instances of like we found like these ancient like pendants or statues of like fertility goddesses and whatnot. It's like, what do they all have in common? Big old ass and big old titties.
Yep.
Some shit never goes out of style. Because it's just like an inherently human thing.
Yeah.
The mentality of don't tell me what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the more you try and push someone to not do something, the more likely they are to try and do it. It kind of boils down to that.
Yeah. Like, I was raised to not be racist. Look at me now.
Super Nazi.
That'd be the perfect moment for like one of your parents to pop in through the doors. Like, what did you just say?
Wait, no, I'm joking.
About being raised to not be racist, or about being a Nazi?
Yeah. About being raised to not be racist. Yeah. How do you think I learned so many racial slurs?
I figured it was your sister's.
Nah. It was from the Native American kids. In the school.
The ones who would have the most experience.
Yep. All right.
Complete side thing. I kind of want that bad bitch t-shirt from the Unsubbed podcast.
Yeah, I get it.
Although I will agree with Y2K on like one aspect of this, like some of this like new age Zoomer speak and slang just completely does my fucking head in.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, like the unalive stuff and all that.
Which, I mean, I know where that stems from.
Yeah, it stems from not wanting to get kicked off TikTok.
Yeah.
And demonetize
effectively,
shit.
yeah.
No, I'm talking like not just that, but I'm talking about all the like the really dumb nonsense ways of like referring to objects, activities, or like calling things cool. Just like, God, I don't know if there's any hope for you people.
I don't know. It's always been dumb. People have always said dumb shit.
People say dumb shit all the time.
Yeah.
They're like, I saw like, I think it was on Razor's stream doing Oblivion, where like they had somebody had like AI Patrick Stewart voice doing like a Zoomer version of like the opening to Oblivion.
Mm-hmm.
And just hearing like Patrick Stewart Emperor voice says like, like these about to be the last minutes of my life on God for real, no cap. Like, oh God.
It was about to be the last minute of my life. On God, for real. No cap. Yeah.
But yeah, they didn't need to update a lot of the voice acting in Oblivion. It was pretty
Now,
good.
I think they added like 2 voice actors, and they just replaced some of the throwaway character lines.
Yeah, just like random NPCs in the background.
Yeah.
They did keep like the awkward as fuck conversations that a lot of them have, though, which is nice.
That's because it's the same exact engine as a base.
Yeah.
They just updated it with Unreal Engine, which means I can play it in VR, which I still have yet to do, but it's planned.
Yeah, the way the Actman was talking about it in his video was, see, the reason why games are accidentally good, It's because it was an accident. You can't recreate that. And with Oblivion, they didn't try.
Yeah, he had he was gonna, I forget if he was gonna release a video that was, I hope they don't remake it, or if he released a video and he was just constantly referencing it. But he did a video where it was straight up, yeah, I was fucking wrong. I was fucking wrong about the Oblivion remaster.
Yeah, that's the video that I was talking about. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I knew exactly which one you were talking about. I was talking to Sir, because he doesn't watch Actman anymore.
No, I don't.
Why did he touch you?
No, it's because of how he handled certain situations with other content creators.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. I completely
Basically,
respect his point.
The main thing was like he had a dispute with Az, and in order to basically win the argument, he released private messages that he had with Mauler after Mauler asked him not to.
Okay, yeah, don't do that. That's a bad move.
Yeah, that's when I stopped watching Actman. I'm like, that was fucked, man. Especially due to Mauler. Mauler doesn't start shit with anybody.
Yeah.
But yeah, basically Actman went through and was like, yeah, they left in all the existing voice acting. They didn't change any of that. They didn't change any of the jank. They did they left the jank in. It's just less jank.
Yeah.
I mean, like, they did add a few new mechanics, and like they did add quality of life improvements.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But the base game is still there.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You no longer have to fucking fight. You no longer have to fight the your major and minor skills in order to level up, which is massive.
You still have to sleep though. It's good that they kept that.
Yeah, that's a solid improvement. That is, or no, that's a solid thing to keep, not improvement. Keep.
Yeah.
Like one of the quality of life things that I saw that like pretty much everybody was happy about is like they added what was a mod for the original Oblivion where the sprites, like the models for like herbs and shit, will disappear when you pick them, so you actually know what you've picked and what you haven't.
Yeah.
Mm.
Like there are certain ones where it's still not obvious. I'm thinking about one specific herb that I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. But like,
for the most part,
picture it.
It's a welcome change.
Yeah. It's a solid change. Like a lot of this stuff I'd love to see come to like Skyrim, for example.
Yeah, like I don't know if it was a thing in the original Oblivion, but the fact that like you can hold shields while also shooting your bow. It's like, that's fucking neat, if that's intentional.
Yeah. It's not exactly that you're holding the shield itself. It's more that you've got the shield there, and it's like having a buckler, which is a thing.
Yeah, because shield archers in history were absolutely a thing.
Yeah, my first playthrough, I'm going as a stealth archer. Go figure. Well,
Now,
I gotta stick with what I know is good, you know?
But because it's, you know, like
first.
something Bethesda related, even though Bethesda themselves didn't really have much to do with the work, like, while they did fix things, they also managed to break other things.
Yeah. It's a Bethesda
like the fact
IP.
that high elves can't fit through doorways in a lot of places. That'll probably get fixed pretty quickly, though.
Oh yeah, if it hasn't already been fixed.
Just watching Razor trying to get to a quest NPC and having to put in the console command ghost just so he could get into the room to talk to her. And then having to do ghost again to get out. Because even crouching, he couldn't get through the fucking door.
Yeah,
there might be some
crouching.
There might be some collision issues with the new texture mapping.
Yeah. But it's fucking great. Honestly, it's great. It's obviously an improvement over the original, while still being the original.
Well, like, a very similar thing happened with Halo Anniversary. Because, like, if you're playing with, like, the remastered graphics turned on, like, they don't match up with the level geometry in some places. So it looks to you like you have a clear shot at an enemy, and you pull the trigger, and then you shoot something that you can't see. Because the textures don't match up.
Yeah, that's just normal. But, like I said last week, I want them to do and Morrowind would require a proper remake, not just a remaster, unfortunately. Partly because so much of that is text, pure text. You've got a bunch of characters that only communicate via text. There is no spoken conversation.
Yeah.
And personally, I'm perfectly okay having the protagonist completely unvoiced. No issues there. Completely fine.
Oh, I find that preferable.
Well, it depends on the game, but yeah, in a game like Morrowind, in a game like The Elder Scrolls or Fallout, absolutely. Unvoiced protagonist is the way to go.
The biggest issue with Fallout 4 is that, like, you select a thing from the little conversation wheel, and then your character starts talking. It's like, that is not the choice that you presented me with.
Yeah. or you, like, prime example, that the cat fetch quest, and it just like you're trying to get the cat back home, and your character just sounds like he's constipated while talking.
Yeah, that's
to
a
the cat.
particularly bad line.
Yeah.
It's like, Whiskers, go home. It's like, are you okay, dude? You trying to pass a kidney stone? What the fuck?
Yeah. There's a huge, but that was, like, that's an issue with a game like in Fallout, whereas Mass Effect, which is a great game that has a voiced protagonist, it's not the same sort of roleplay situation.
Well, yeah, because, like, at least in Fallout 4 especially, it's also kind of the same in Fallout 3, but especially in Fallout 4, it's like, you're not actually role-playing. You are playing a pre-written character, which sucks, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because it's impossible to do, for example, like a classic Fallout, like, low intelligence build, where if you have one intelligence, your character can literally only respond to people with grunts.
Yeah. Like Fallout 3, you could get away with that to an extent, because the only real background your character had was they grew up in a vault. The rest of it you find out. And it has more to do with your parents than it does with you.
Like, the fact that, like, in those old games, like, it would change how other people responded to you. Where it's just like, oh, like, you must be new, Ted. I've never seen you before. What's your name? Okay.
Yeah.
Really, walking up to immersions to, like, verbalizing anything, you just, like, point at whatever you want.
Yeah. Silent protagonist is important for Fallout, Elder Scrolls type games. It's not important and potentially detrimental for other games such as Mass Effect. It would have been absolutely detrimental.
Well, like in the case
Halo.
of Mass Effect, like, you're playing someone specific.
Yeah.
Dragon Age, on the other hand, they really fucked up moving away from not having a voiced one.
Yeah, silent protagonists in that type of game are massively important.
Of course, dialogue in Dragon Age is just good God.
I think Bethesda really felt the pain of having a voice protagonist in Fallout 4 because they didn't have one in Starfield.
Yeah. Not that it really helped, but...
No, but that had more... The issue with Starfield was more shit writing, not using a more modernized game engine. And the reason I say that is because their fucking game engine had so many loading screens. Like, a prime example of an issue. Why the fuck do you have your planet set up so it's specific zones and you can't go outside of that zone? If I land on the fucking planet, I should be able to walk as far as I'm physically able to, or physically or mentally willing to. There should not be an invisible wall saying you can't go any further. Land in another location. And that doesn't make sense because Skyrim, you could walk across the entire fucking map without encountering a proper loading screen. And the only reason that they had invisible walls was to fucking limit the handcrafted nature of the map. What was handcrafted? The entirety of the planets were pretty much procedurally generated in Starfield.
In Skyrim, as soon as you fucking leave the cave at Helgen, you can just fuck off wherever you want to after that.
Exactly. You land on a planet in Starfield, you've got this... I'm gonna make the assessment that it's like a 4 kilometer by 4 kilometer square map that you can access. You can see the rest of the map, but you can't go to it. There's an invisible wall. But if you just happen to go to the next pixel over, you can land in that section and go right back and find that same invisible wall trying to go to the other section that you were just at.
Yeah.
Also, like, having, like, it not be, like, populated with, like, anything interesting or useful. It's like, if I leave Helgen, like, instead of, like, going to Rorikstead, like the quest wants me to, if I just fuck off in the other direction towards Markarth, like, by the time I reach the gates of Markarth, it's like, I fought who knows how many bandits and animals, and I have 100 pounds of fucking flowers and mushrooms that I can sell, and...
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, the map is procedurally generated. You don't have a lot there in reality. But even so, Skyrim would unload and reload cells as you went. You should be able to, technically speaking, you should be able to completely traverse the entire planet from one landing point in Starfield.
Earth is especially bad in Starfield, where it's just like, oh yeah, it's just one big ball of sand with a couple of, like, landmarks that you recognize here and there.
Which I can kind of understand that based on the lore as to why no one is on Earth, but still.
Yeah.
It's like all of New York City is gone, except for the Empire State Building. It's still there.
I landed in San Francisco and there was nothing. I don't remember anything, at least.
Speaking of New York City, I sent you guys a picture of some pants that I found.
Oh yeah, I saw that. That's a choice.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I remember that one.
Oh, sorry, sir. It never actually sent in your DMs, but did you just see that in the random links for Jables thing?
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah.
Of course, like there are certain Twitch streamers that say that we deserve that, but
Yeah.
Yes, Y2K. It took that long for them to pick up all the poo. Oops.
Oh, jeez.
Ah.
Why did you ban Y2K?
I went to ban religious grub whatchamacallit.
a religious grub.
He was trying to sell us on viewers.
Oh.
Yeah,
you
you got
bot.
splash damage. Sorry, Y2.
Some AoE going on there.
Yeah, Rimshee reached for the sniper rifle and instead activated the artillery.
Yeah.
I reached for the precision sniper. I picked up the tactical nuke.
He was playing 007. He was playing 007 Goldeneye with rockets and forgot he had the rocket launcher out instead of the pistol.
Like, oops, accidentally had the grid square deleter. Sorry.
Well, you're back now.
Y2K, you should be able to choose a subject for next week for that.
Within reason.
Yeah.
It's funny because like there have been like in certain other areas there were continuous discussions as to whether or not Y2K should be banned. And Rimshee does it by accident.
Well, Y2K, whenever you get next time you're around, you get to pick a subject. So.
Ow.
All right. Want to close out with the Dear Abby?
Sure. Alright, which one?
Let's do the Comedian Sons.
Alright. Go away, we're not
Sir, you
subscribing
wanna
to
read
your
this one?
shit.
Huh?
Yeah. Sir, you want to read this one?
Can't do it right this second.
Okay.
It's you, Jables. It's a comedian anyway.
Fine.
Yeah.
Dear Lesser Saints, our comedian son's feud is anything but funny. Dear Lesser Saints, my husband and I are the parents of 3 grown sons. Our middle son, Kurt, age 29, has been in conflict with his younger brother, Jared, age 26, for more than a year. Kurt started doing stand-up comedy, but still works a day job to pay his bills. Jared now has also started doing comedy. We suspect the disagreement started well before they did stand-up, but now there is name-calling, and both refuse to be in the same room as the other. Kurt has not attended a family gathering where Jared is in attendance for more than a year. Recently, Kurt said he would attend our holidays and could be civil, but now Jared says he won't be in the same room with him since they have had no dialogue, and the personal attacks were not addressed. He wants Kurt to be held accountable. They had one joint counseling session. Both found it counterproductive. My sons are adults, and we can't tell them how to live their lives. Kurt wants Jared to quit comedy because he feels it is an invasion on his life, as well as his friend circle. Kurt has said mean things to these shared friends. Jared has apologized to Kurt for his past behavior, which included excessive drinking and other destructive activities. As you can imagine, we don't find any of this funny. We, as parents, don't know how to handle this. Your advice is greatly appreciated.
Lock them in a room and beat them both with your belt.
Yeah.
There's not much you can really do as parents in this sort of situation. There's not. What do you really want? do you want them to actually be good siblings to each other, or are you looking for them to show up to family gatherings together? If you want their relationship fixed, that's going to take more than one joint counseling session.
Also,
not even
you need
addressing
to-
the fact that counseling doesn't tend to work for men.
Depends on the counseling, but yeah,
no, this,
you're not wrong.
yeah. Also, just Kurt, the older one, needs to just suck it up and be a better comedian than his little brother. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, there
So-
would have been no issue if Jared was a worse comedian than Kurt, but apparently Jared's somewhat decent because Kurt's upset about it.
Yeah. You're both funny. It's not like, yeah, you both just need to get over it. It's a merit-based system for the most part.
The parents are saying that they suspect the disagreement started well before they did stand-up.
Yeah.
Which, if true, that doesn't help. They should probably just
And I
fight
mean-
it out.
And I mean, having your little brother around all the time probably isn't awesome.
Yeah, it depends on the family.
Because you were trying to, well, he was trying to do his own thing, and then his little brother comes and starts doing the same thing, so I get that. I don't have a little brother, but I am the little brother. So,
You should start doing
Yeah,
what your
but, like-
sisters are doing.
But also, like, for the
I
same
moved
point,
to
it's like,
Seattle, dude.
even if that is the case, it's like, speaking as someone who is the eldest of a group of siblings, fucking grow a pair.
Yeah, but I think the older brother might have felt like, hey, this is my thing. And then his little brother
Don't
like,
care.
it can be my thing too. I'm not making a judgment, good or bad, on this. I'm just explaining what the possible feelings are.
Yeah. I don't begrudge my sister in any way for being more successful and very likely far more successful than I'll ever be.
I think it is nothing to do with success. It's just the older brother was off doing this thing, and then his little brother shows up and is also trying to do that thing.
Yeah, but it sounds like that could just be an exacerbating issue, because if the, like, as it says, where is it? Right here, we suspect the disagreement started well before they did stand-up.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then it's exacerbated it. It hasn't made it worse, it hasn't made it better. Or it hasn't made it better, or it hasn't created it, it's just made it worse.
Yeah, and it's also, it says here, Jared has apologized to Kurt for his past behavior, which includes excessive drinking and other destructive activities. Sounds like little brother was getting wasted and talking shit about older brother to all of his comedy friends.
Yeah, and apparently Kurt has said mean things to these shared friends.
Right. Yeah. They're
So,
both being
there's
shitty.
definitely a lot of shit going on there that we can't really get into, because we don't know. But, yeah, they probably just need to throw some punches at each other. And if that doesn't fix it, it ain't fixable.
Or just, you know, like, recognize the fact that they're both grown men and they should probably start acting like it.
Yeah, they're late 20s, so.
I would
Oh, Kurt's in his
argue
fucking-
that they're both grown
Almost
men.
in
I'd
his
say.
30s.
Yeah,
I would
I'm saying,
based on their behavior, I would argue the statement is false that they're both grown men.
they're in their late 20s. It's time for them to grow up a bit.
Yeah. All right, what does Abby say? Not much.
Dear parents, you can't fix this. Your sons are adults and have to reach a détente on their own. Don't just throw détente in there. Abby,
Yeah.
chill.
Don't be fucking pretentious.
Yeah.
Well, we already know
Continue.
Abby's pretentious. Abby's a bitch.
Yeah. Continue to invite both of your sons to family gatherings and hope that eventually Jared will mellow. Comedy is a tough field. May the best comedian be left standing. Ooh.
Yeah, there's a bunch of points that you have fucking missed, Abby.
Yeah.
Oh,
Again.
bunch of
Also,
points
it's just
you have
like
missed. But
this
yeah,
whole like, may the best comedian be left standing. It's like, clearly, like, you don't know much about the world of comedy and how just intensely bitter rivalries between comics get.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, oh, who are those? There's a few siblings that do comedy, and I never hear them talking to each other. So this just might be a forever thing. Other than the Sklar brothers, but they do the show together.
oh, your niece is going live.
Oh, cool.
Or is live. I don't want to raid Y2 to her channel.
Y2K can go over there if he wants. It's fine.
He's just an
All right.
angry Canadian. What's the worst that could happen?
Yeah.
She's almost an adult.
I hear those Alberta secession talks are getting more serious.
I've been seeing a lot of skits about those. It's...
I would welcome Alberta.
Whatever.
We have some beautiful country up there.
Oh.
That being
I
said,
got
do we
nothing.
want to cover another Dear Abby, or...
I don't know. My tank is pretty dry. I'm really hungry after all that Zips talk.
Yeah. I ate before the show, but even I'm like, man, I really need to consider what I'm eating next.
I tried to, but I was out doing stuff.
Alright, the title for this episode is, Zips.
Nice. All right. Let's just call it a little early.
Yeah.
Fuck it.
Yeah, that's fine. It's only like 5 minutes early.
Yeah. All right. Have a good one,
Alright,
everybody.
everyone.
We'll see you next week, probably, maybe. I don't know.
We'll see.
Yeah, it should be available next week. I don't see why it
Y2K,
wouldn't
happy
be,
early
but-
birthday. Happy 102nd birthday.
I thought it was 103rd.
Wow. Maybe I'm off by a year.
That
COVID
is
really fucked me up with my
11th.
measurement of years. No. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.